Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sirena. Happy Halloween and happy October. I hope you guys are having an awesome month so far. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you 3 ways to wear a cat costume. I will be showing you guys my rendition of the classic black cat. I'll insert a clip right here so you guys know what I'm talking about. I will also be showing you guys 2 different spins on the classic black cat costume. One of them being a cat burglar. I'll insert a clip for you right here. And finally, I'll be showing you guys my rendition of an alley cat. I'll insert a clip right here for you. So if you guys are interested in my 3 different renditions of the classic black cat costume, then go ahead and keep watching. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Sirena and I upload new videos every week on anything and everything, and I would absolutely love it if I could have you as a subscriber. Make sure you don't leave without clicking that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and make sure that if you want notifications every time I do upload something new, that you hit that bells button along with subscribing. Without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so we're gonna start with the makeup portion of the video first, and then I'm gonna go into how I made the ears and how I assembled the costumes and how I kind of put the ears together. So let's start with the makeup first. Now, I've already got my eyes done and my foundation, blush, all that stuff on, because makeup is so personal, and do whatever you want to do for your base and for your face. I don't like to go ham on the eye makeup and stuff like that, and I just did kind of a light cat eye, very light, with eyeshadow. I didn't use any liquid liner or anything, but if you're like a liquid liner pro, by all means go ham with the liner and lashes and all that stuff. I just kind of did something easy for my eyes because that's how I like to roll. So what I'm going to show you guys is just how to get the cat mouth more than anything, basically. And there's so many tutorials of this online, but this is just my take on it. Let's get started before I ramble too much, because this is going to be such a long video in general with like the costumes and the ear making and the makeup and all that stuff. So now to do this, I've done it before. I like to just do liner. So what I'm going to start with is a dark brown liner. This is just a drugstore liner. By all means, use black if you have black, but I usually just opt for brown liner in general. And this is waterproof, so just FYI. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sharpen it because you want it to have like a nice, decently sharp point. Now, if you're not somebody who's makeup savvy, definitely try the nose first. When you're like kind of hanging out at home and you don't have any makeup on and you're like about to get in the shower or something for the evening, try to like draw a little bit of like a nose on yourself and like test it out so you guys can kind of like feel out, because everybody's nose shape is different, so it's completely dependent upon you. I'm just gonna go ahead and trace it. The best thing to do is to just kind of start small. I'm gonna outline my little nose and then I'll fill it in, and then I'm going to set it with some dark eyeshadow. You're just going to like cut your nose off essentially. So you can start by just kind of drawing a line like that. That looked funny. So you're just gonna cut your nose off, and then you're just gonna kind of shape it out. Okay, so you can see how I've like started a shape here. So I'm gonna cut it off right here, cut it off here. I'm gonna fill it in, and then I'm gonna bring it out so that you get that little heart-shaped cat nose. Now you're gonna end up with this little cat nose. See how it's just kind of, sorry, I keep looking down at my monitor. So you see how it's just kind of like heart-shaped? Gives the illusion of a kitty nose. Hopefully it's even. It looks even to me, it. And see, you know, I have a really narrow nose and I like my nostrils show, so I definitely have to fill in my little like Voldemort nostrils here. But of course, every nose is different, but that's why I really like the waterproof, is to just kind of like fill in the little nose and then I'll pat in a dark color over it so that you really have it set. Cause you're totally gonna be like itching your nose throughout the day and you're gonna be like, oh crap. So, you know, you can leave it like this and just go out with, you know, your ears and your little nose and everybody's gonna know you're a cat, or you can go a little bit further with it. I'm gonna show you how to take it a little bit further to create more of a cat mouth. I am going to draw a line straight down. I'm gonna try to sharpen my pencil back up again so I can get a nice sharp line. I'm just gonna draw a line from the middle point to my nose straight down to my lip. Like that. And then I'm going to pull it at the very bottom. I'm going to pull it out a little bit on each side, like a little triangle. Like that. Now, I'm gonna go in with a black liquid lip. I look like a crazy person right now. I'm gonna go in with a black liquid lip and this little pencil brush, or this silicone liner brush, and I'm going to accentuate that little line with this black liquid lipstick and my silicone liner brush. This is just gonna create a really defined line. I'm gonna just bring that line up over my nose a little bit. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to fill in our bottom lip. You can use liquid lipsticks because they're gonna stay put a little bit better than just a regular bullet lipstick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill in my bottom lip with a liquid lipstick. This is the MAC Burnt Spice liquid lipstick. This is more of like a nude fleshy color. And then once that dries, I'm gonna go over my top lip with the black so that it creates a cat mouth. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure you guys have seen, like I said, multiple cat makeup tutorials because cat's like the easiest thing to be for Halloween, like for obvious reasons. So I'm gonna fill in my bottom lip with this MAC liquid lip. Okay, so now that I've let my bottom layer dry, I'm gonna go in with my top lip and just fill it in with this black liquid lip. You can use any brand you want, any brand of liquid lip that you like. So now that your top lip is filled in and I've gone up and I put some black liquid lipstick just kind of like on the tip of the nose so that everything's even. The final thing that I'm going to do is just take the same black and I'm gonna go back in again with my really thin brush and I'm just going to take it and dot a little bit of the same black liquid lip and I'm going to poke 3 tiny little dots on each side of my lip here. Just like that. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. What I would recommend just for extra security is setting your nose, especially your nose, with a dark shadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pick a brown. I have like just like a dark brown shadow. Black shadow will work as well, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just take an eyeshadow brush and just dust it over my nose to set it. Basically, I just don't want it moving around because I know that I'm like a major like nose itcher throughout my day. My black liquid lip is kind of bleeding down into my brown. So you can touch that up throughout the day as well. You can just add more of your lower level liquid lip. Just if you're going to a party or something, or you're just like wearing this at work. I actually kind of like the way that the black bleeding down into the brown looks because it gives it kind of like an ombre effect. Looks like you did it on purpose. But here is your finished look. So I will show you how I assembled the ears right now. Firstly, you are going to need something to create your ears. Now, I just went ahead and I used black cardstock construction paper that I picked up at the craft store. You actually have a few options here. If you want to go the cheap and easy and last minute route, by all means, some black construction paper will do the trick just perfectly, and it's completely inexpensive and you just throw it away when you're done if you don't want to store it. So that's the very easy, very cheap method. You can also opt to use the foam that you find at the craft store. Now they have sheets of foam that are just like black construction paper, but it's a thicker foam-like material. You can find that at your local craft store, or you can use felt if you wanted to go with a fabric option. Any of those three are going to work, and they're going to work for the little method that I used, which is the diamond tuck method. In addition to your black construction paper, what you're going to need is a magazine or something that you're going to be able to cut your template off of. As you can see here, this is just a clipping from like an advertisement that I cut out. I really do strongly recommend starting with a newspaper clipping or a magazine clipping before you go ahead and cut into your construction paper or your foam or your felt. That way you kind of get an idea of how big you want your ears, what size you want, what shape you want, and all that. And that way you're not wasting your construction paper, your felt, or your foam. You're also going to need scissors to do your cutting. And in order to glue your ears, you are going to need a glue gun and a glue stick. I like using a hot glue gun because you don't have to worry about drying time. All you have to do is wait for your glue to cool. So it's a very easy method.
Okay, so the way to cut and assemble your ears is really simple. Remember to work with your magazine or newspaper first to cut several little fat diamonds out so that you can kind of determine what you want your shape and size to be, because everybody's different. You might think that the ears that I made are too big for you or too small, so just kind of up to you. So once you've established your template, you're going to trace that onto your black ear material, whatever you're using, and you're going to cut it out. Then from there, what you're going to do is you're going to fold the ear in half so that it's a little triangle. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your scissors and you are going to cut a straight line through one half portion of the triangle, and then just kind of fold it and tuck it just like that. You're gonna end up with your nice little cupped ear shape, and it's not gonna go anywhere and flop around on your head. So that's a nice little structured shape. So you're gonna cut both of your ears, and then you're gonna hold them in place and eyeball where you're gonna glue. Gonna dollop your glue down, and then you're gonna fold your ear over and gently press it down as the glue cools. Just make sure you're careful of your fingers and that you don't burn yourself. So all you're gonna do is repeat that process 2 times till both of your ears are shaped, glued, and the glue has cooled. You're gonna end up with 2 little ears, but you're gonna have these little hanging out tabs. So what you're gonna do after your glue has cooled is you are going to just take your scissors and you are going to cut around the perimeter and just kind of round out those ears so that they look more like kitty cat ears. And that is going to be it. All right, so now that you've created your ears, let's get into how to put them on your head.
And I've just taken bobby pins, that's literally all I did, and just kind of stuck them on my head. Now, I'm gonna take these out so you can see how easy it is, and it takes literally 2 seconds. Now, since you've got a flat base, this is a really easy ear, which is why I really like doing this diamond snip and tuck method, because they don't flip and flop on you. If you just do a triangle and you try to pin it in, they're gonna fall forward and backwards throughout the day. When you've got this little triangular cup ear, it's not gonna do that to you. So I've got 3 bobby pins here. I'm just going to start with positioning it on my head, and I like to just try to match them up. I'm gonna start with just the bobby pin here. I'm gonna go in that way so that this corner stays down. And then I'm gonna go in on this side and tuck it into that corner so that that corner stays down. And then I'm just gonna go in and go straight in the middle with this bobby pin and just tuck that forward like that so that it's just secure on all 3 points. And there you have that. So that's an easy peasy bobby pinned method, and since they're so lightweight, they're not going anywhere. So for your tail, you are going to use a feather boa from the craft store, and I opted for the little skinny one and I just doubled it up. So you're going to need a feather boa, and you're just going to cut it in half, and you're going to glue it onto something. Now, you probably want to opt for felt, but I just went ahead and glued mine on some black construction paper for demonstration purposes, and I'll show you a close-up of how I put the tail together.
So for the tail, as I said, I just use a skinny feather boa that I got from the craft store, and you're going to want to make sure that you keep the end with the string or the rope to glue down. So what I did was I just cut a circle out of the construction paper that I was using, and I just glued my rope ends to the construction paper circle. If you want to, you can use felt, or you can use the same foam if you're using foam for your ears. I just used the construction paper because I knew that I would probably most likely be either safety pinning it to my pants, whichever pants I wear, or I was going to be using like lingerie tape or something like that to just kind of temporarily tape it to my clothes. So I wasn't really concerned about the longevity of the tail, you know, kind of hanging in there throughout the entire day. What I did was I cut the very end of the tail once it was glued down, and then I just kind of like twisted it together and I glued the ends together. I just did this so that it would look a little bit fuller, and that so it wasn't so long that it dragged on the floor. So I just hot glued the very end of the tail together, and then if you want to keep it in place throughout, you can hot glue little bits of the center so that it doesn't come apart or come unbraided when you're wearing it, but that's literally it.
Once you have your ears assembled and you've created your tail, you're just gonna go ahead and wear some black leggings and some sneakers if you want, and then you can put on any old black top, or you can do a sweater if you're feeling like you wanna be cozy. And that is your classic black cat costume. It's so easy and it's perfect for last minute. If you're a busy mom or a busy career lady and you just don't have time to go out and buy a costume, and maybe you got invited to a party on the fly, or somebody at work encouraged you to dress up last minute and you're thinking, oh, what do I do? A cat costume is a quick and easy and very cheap way to kind of use what you already have at home and still look dressed up and festive. Now that we've got our classic black cat costume squared away, I'm gonna show you my little black cat spin-off costumes, if you will, and I'll show you what you're gonna need for those. So for my cat burglar costume, I kind of racked my brain thinking, what are some items that people would kind of already have most likely in their closet? And I came up with a few things. So it's still a really cheap and inexpensive costume if you kind of already have this stuff. So I'm gonna show you what you're gonna need. You're still going to need your construction paper and your feather boa for your ears and your tail. You're also going to need a black beanie. I actually got this beanie from the dollar store. It only cost me $1, but I feel like a lot of people already have a black beanie in their closet. So a black beanie. You're going to need a cheap little mask. I think I paid like $4 or $5 for this at Party City, but I'm sure you can find a mask at the dollar store as well. And then you're gonna need some kind of a bag as your like loot, or like the, you know, the stuff you've burgled. So this is just a drawstring laundry bag that I stuffed with some towels. Now, if you're going to a party or you're going out, you can actually use this as your purse. So you're gonna need this, and you're going to need some gold paint so that you can draw your little $ symbol on there if you want it. Aside from all of that, as far as your clothing goes, you're just gonna wear those same black leggings that you may already have and a black and white striped shirt. I just felt like this is kind of like your finishing touch. Your little burglar criminal outfit always needs a black and white striped shirt.
Now, to assemble your cat burglar ears, you've got your cheap dollar store beanie, or whatever beanie that you have at home. You're gonna position that on your head, and then you're gonna take your burglar mask, and you're gonna lay it on top of your beanie as if you just got done pulling a job and it's just kind of up on your face. So you just removed your mask and just kind of set it up on your head. And then you're just going to pin with bobby pins. You're gonna pin your little construction paper ears onto your hat just like you would if you were having it on your hair. I think that's why the importance of the inexpensive beanie kind of comes in here, because this is kind of like a crochet knit beanie, so I'm able to really easily place the bobby pins in the hat without having to glue anything down. If you're using a better quality beanie, by all means hot glue your ears to the beanie.
Now, your alley cat costume is going to be just as easy. There's just going to be a couple distinctions. You're going to need a black leather jacket, leather or pleather. So I already had this one on hand in my closet. I feel like most girls tend to have a black leather jacket. And if you don't want it to be a black leather jacket, by all means, you can get a brown one, do whatever you want. So you're going to need a leather jacket so that you look really tough like an alley cat. And I opted for these gold twist ties. I literally only used one, and I used them to create the look of the pierced ears, just so my alley cat costume looks extra tough.
So for your tough alley cat ear piercings, all you're gonna use is a gold twist tie. If you don't have a gold twist tie, by all means use pipe cleaners or whatever you have at home that's like a gold or just any kind of metallic wire that you can simulate ear piercings with. I just wrapped them around my fingers and then cut them to size. And then I dolloped glue on each one of them and just kind of stuck them on the edges of my ears, and I let the glue cool, and as soon as the glue was cooled, I just kind of curved them back around into a round shape and just shaped them to where they look like they are little piercings just sitting on the side of my super tough, bad to the bone alley cat's ears.
And you're also going to need a black, either a liquid liner or a fine tipped black crayon liner so that you can draw your little tough kitty scar underneath your eye so everybody knows you've been a tough alley cat and you've been fighting. You know what I mean? Because alley cats are just like super rough around the edges. Okay, so now I've got my little alley cat ears on. As you can see, I'm super tough and I have my ears pierced because I'm a tough alley cat. So I wanted to just really quickly show you guys, if you want to go that little extra mile with your alley cat, you're going to use your same black liquid lipstick and your same skinny liner brush. And you don't have to use this. You can use like a regular like flat edge liner brush. You don't have to have this exact Real Techniques one. Excuse me. My dogs are going crazy downstairs. I'll just wait till they're done. Okay, so you're just gonna use your black liquid lipstick and your liner brush, whichever liner brush you wanna use. And I just wanna like really drive the alley cat situation home. I wanna put a little scar right under my eye, like a little cartoon scar, so that everybody knows that I'm like the toughest alley cat in the world, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna use that same liner brush and I'm going to dip that into my black liquid lipstick and I'm just going to create my little cartoon scar. So I've got one line, and then you're just gonna draw the little lines across it. Everybody's seen those little cartoon scars in the cartoons, how they do. Just like that. That way everybody knows you're a really tough alley cat and you've been in a lot of fights. You know what I mean? Another thing you can do if you want to get really cute, you can even take scissors and cut out little bite marks. Actually, you know what? While we're here, let's just do that. Let's take this ear out and see if we can make some little bite marks in our ear with scissors. so that everybody knows that you're like the toughest tomcat on the block, if you will. What if you just have one ear missing? That's how tough everybody knows you are. Let's just cut a little bite mark into these ears. Like a little chunk. Like that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna look really tough now with my bite mark. Make sure my ears are even. There we go. Now I'm looking really tough. Okay, see that? I got piercings in one ear. And I've got missing bite mark. You know, with my collar here. Am I like not bad to the bone or what? So that is your alley cat makeup finished. Toughest cat in the alley. Don't touch my fish heads. I'll kick your butt. Rare. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. I have new videos every week and I've got 2 more Halloween videos for you guys. So stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah! Bye!